Good morning, everyone. I'm Jeff Higgins from Higgins Storm Chasing. It is the 12th of September 2016. Okay, this is an initial heavy rain and flood heads up alert video, issue 1 for the southern parts of Queensland, southern parts of Northern Territory or Central Australia, northern and eastern parts of South Australia, New South Wales, Victoria, and northern parts of Tasmania in the coming week for heavy rain and flooding. All right, so you can see here on the map the areas that I'm speaking about. Let's go over here and have a look at the current conditions. By the way, guys, don't forget to watch this video right through and remember to share it out with your family and friends to get the information out there so that people can prepare. Okay, so what we're looking at initially over the next 12 to 24 hours is this upper level trough and low pressure system down here in the Bight. It is forecast to track into South Australia and then later on across Victoria and New South Wales, bringing heavy rain, thunderstorm activity, hail, possible damaging winds. Now, why is this all important? Why is this forecast so critical? Well, over the past few weeks and even probably for about a month, there's been large areas through southern inland Queensland, New South Wales, the ACT and Victoria, which have had significant amounts of rainfall for this time of year especially. It's been widespread, so there's been plenty of rainfall falling on catchments, generating flood warnings, and you can see the vast amount of them now. In Queensland, they're just easing off at the moment through southwest districts, but through New South Wales and the ACT, you can see there are numerous flood warnings already in place, okay? And we have seen a few major flood warnings down there, even one there for the Murray, which was minor to moderate, and this is in Victoria. You can see all the flood warnings. Now, these are already current. So once you start to get heavy rainfall on top of already flooded and saturated catchments, you have some pretty big issues. All right, let's go on here and have a look at the Bureau of Meteorology next 4-day rainfall. This is from Monday today, including today, out till Wednesday, Thursday. So what you can see on the first 4-day block is this initial first low pressure system, which moves through on Tuesday, and that generates areas of heavy rain across southern parts of New South Wales, large parts of Victoria, most of Victoria there with 50 to 100s. Also southeastern parts of South Australia. Now this may edge down into northern parts of Tasmania as well. Later on in the week, on the sort of towards the end of this first 4-day block on Wednesday, Thursday, we have another low pressure system develop over Central Australia, and that generates also wide areas of moderate to heavy rainfall through those regions and extends it east into parts of northern New South Wales, southern inland and southwest Queensland. If we continue on to the next 4-day block, which is the 16th or the 19th, you can see that this system up here through southern inland Queensland, northern New South Wales and central parts continues to generate further areas of moderate then heavy rainfall on top of the moderate rainfall that's already occurred. So these areas will certainly be under the pump for flooding, especially given those widespread totals. Here's the 8-day total rainfall outlook from the 12th to the 19th of September. And again, you can see that large parts of southeast Australia have moderate to heavy rainfall forecast. All right. Let's move on now and have a look at pivotal weather. This is another model. It projects potential forecast rainfall, and it's painting a very similar picture through large parts of South Australia. These red areas are basically 50 to 100, and the yellow areas are over 100. Obviously, lighter falls there as you go back through their 25s to 50s. So you can see that large parts of Central Australia are forecast to receive widespread areas of 50 to 100, and then potentially higher falls. Obviously, anywhere in these locations could get falls to 150, maybe 200 as totals. Excuse me, I've got a sinus infection, so I'm really sniffly. Okay, this does extend into southern parts or the southern half of Queensland. The southeast at this stage is in line to receive some rainfall, but it's not flooding rainfall for the southeast quarter of Queensland. Okay, so breathe easy here. It's more for these inland regions, remote regions, and then most of New South Wales has heavy rainfall forecast, most of Victoria, and then possibly parts of Tasmania. Though models are juggling here with Tasmania at the moment. Right, let's have a look at the very first low pressure system. This is for tomorrow, being Tuesday. The one I was speaking to you about earlier in the bite that moves up into South Australia. That's the low pressure system there. All right, runs pretty much straight over the top of Adelaide. Now, anywhere areas to the north and east and south, as this low wraps around, it draws in vast areas of tropical moisture and pulls it into the cold area of the low pressure system. All right, and generates heavy rain areas, given the cold uppers in the atmosphere that then produces thunderstorms and hail and all sorts of stuff, okay? So the first system's a doozy and it tracks out here towards the east as the week progresses. If we pick up the next system, this is BSCH, the next system begins to generate on Thursday. So the first one's gone through, dumped its heavy rain. Now the next system develops over Central Australia on Thursday, and you can see that it generates rain areas and quite heavy, moderate to heavy falls through southern and western parts of Queensland on Thursday. All right. Then there's another follow-up system on Sunday. Again, it's over these central parts of Australia, which covers Western Queensland, Southern Inland parts, Southwest and Northern New South Wales, but then you're still getting follow-up rain down in Victoria and Tasmania as well. So that's highlighting out the individual systems. This is obviously, it's an initial heads-up alert. We will then nail down on forecasts and keep the outlooks a little bit shorter so that the potential threats then can be highlighted on a 1 to 3 to 4 day basis instead of having a look right out. But at the moment, over the next week and then the second week as well in September, we are looking at substantial rainfall through large parts of southeast Australia. Now guys, don't forget to head over to our website, all right, and become a premium member where you can support us and gain access to significant and severe video forecasts like this one. We'll also be producing high-resolution graphic maps and texts out to 3 days, and then from 3 days we go into a blog forecast which goes out further. This has live updates from our Facebook and Twitter feeds, weather reports and all sorts of stuff in there. It's only $27 for the entire year, and we cover the weather every day for the entire year. So it's a pretty good bargain there, guys. All right, that's about enough from me. People need to be on alert for this rainfall that is forecast. It will affect many, many people across large regions of Australia, particularly the southeast quarter. It will produce flooding. It will cause further renewed flooding and enhance or worsen the existing flooding that's occurring through southwest Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. All right, stay tuned guys and stay safe.